Is screen visible, everyone? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
No.
Now it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we will discuss about function. How to use function in a C++. So whenever you have a complex problem with you, so how to write a program of a complex problem? So the best thing is that you divide into the small problem. And for each problem, you can define the function, or you can use the function, or you can create the function, and then integrate this all the function together so that it is a solution for the or the program for a complex problem. So you have to integrate this all small function. It is useful to write a program for a complex problem. So a complex problem may be decomposed into a small or easily manageable parts or modules called the function. The functions is nothing but they are some modules which can be easily manageable. They are very useful to read, write, debug. Whenever you wish, you can modify the complex program. So by using this function, functions are readable. You can write the function, you can debug. That means whenever you wish to use it, you can go for it. You can modify the functions as and when required. And these all the functions are right under the main functions. That means whatever the functions you are going to declare, the declaration is always in the main function. You can also use the function call within the main as well as the function definition blocks. So when you talk about the function, function has the, you can say that the structure of functions or the functions has been classified, or not the classified, but to use the function you require three things. First is that you have to define the function, function definition. Second one is that you have to declare the function. And third is a function calling. So that means there are three things is important: function definition, declaration of function, and function calling. So we will see one by one. General format or general structure of function is, you can have a function type. So this is nothing but we talk about the first function definition. So when you talk about the function definition, it has the function type, whether it is a integer, whether it is a numeric, whether it is a float, whether it is a character. So type of the function. Then you have a function name. And then in a parenthesis, you can have the types of argument. So let us say you can have the data type and it has the argument 1. Then you have a data type, argument 2, likewise data type, argument n, and the bracket is over. So in a function definition, you have to declare the type of the functions, you have to give the name of the functions, and then you have in the parenthesis you have a arguments. But again, the argument maybe have a same type or maybe of a different type. It may be integer, it may be float, it may be character, it can be anything. And once you have defined the functions, the function has the body. So this is the beginning of the function, this is the end of the functions, and in between these all are said to be a body of function. And after declaring necessary simple statement or compound statement, the last statement you have to use return statement. That means you have to return something. So when you talk about the type of function, as I say that it may be of integer, it may be of float, it may be of character, and suppose if you don't want to return anything, the type is a void. When you say void, that means you don't want to return anything to the function. So the like common examples you can use void. Then you can have a function name, and then you can have some arguments. So likewise here it is a float, it is an integer, it is a character. Rest of the things remain the same. So this is nothing but the type of a function. But now second part is a function name. Function name can be any alphabets or numeral, or you can say they are said to be identifier. The function name can be any valid identifiers. Function name can be any valid C++ C++ identifier. The common example of the function name is, let us say, counter. You can say that mean, Make sure that this function name should not be a user defined key, sorry, it should be a keywords display. It can be any, okay, identifiers. Then when you talk about this part here, this argument 1, argument 2, up to argument n, and these are all the data type corresponding to the argument. So this argument is said to be argument 1, argument 2, this all are said to be a formal argument. Sometimes it is also known as a dummy argument or dummy parameters. So for example, if I am writing or defining the function in that way, void square integer a integer b, okay, then here a and b are formal arguments. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Second example, if you can say, let us say counter is a count variable and it is of data type integer, and you have given the argument float x1, float x2, okay, integer x3. So it means that x1, x2, and x3 are formal arguments. Okay. And if you write something inside of that, suppose you have declared this particular function or define this function, and in bracket you have write something, and then you are writing the return integer value. Let us say something. Then this part, whatever you write in the brackets, they all are said to be body of the function. Body of the function. And for example, you are writing the addition of a variables. You are writing a program of addition of a variable. You have declared the function name as a all underscore add. You have supplied the argument integer x, integer y, integer a, integer b. So here x, y, a, and b are said to be which argument? Said to be formal arguments. And if you declare any variables within this particular, let us say if I'm declaring integer I, j variables, then they I and j are said to be local variables. A variables which are declared either in the main function or in a function block. Such variables are said to be a local variables. And whatever you have written in the curly braces after the function block, they are said to be a function body. So let us understand the program. A program to demonstrate a function declaration, function calling, and function definition in C++. So I wish to write a program which can demonstrate the use of function declaration, function calling, and function definition. So whenever you use the function or whenever you wish to write the program for a function, it is a usual C++ program. So of course you have to load the necessary header file. Let us I am adding include iostream.h, include conio.h. Then you have started the main function void main beginning of the program. So always you should first give the clrscr, and before declaration of a variable you should declare the first function. So here I wish to just demonstrate the use of a function declaration, function calling, and function definition. So I will write the name of the command or the name of the function is
Sir?
display. But I don't want to give the return back. The type of the function I am taking, it is a void. So there is a space between this. It is a void display. And I wish to not giving, I doesn't want to give any argument. If I don't want to give the argument, that means the type is void. So I can give in this way. So this is nothing but function declaration. Now function declaration is done. Now what happened? Immediately I wish to call the function display. So while calling the function, you have to just give the name of the function and the parenthesis, and if any argument, then you have to give that argument value. Otherwise you have to keep the blank, because there are no arguments, so I have just kept the blank. And then you have a get ch. This is the main is over. So whenever this function is, whenever you enter into this function, whenever your cursor will come to here, what the compiler will understand, that you are calling the function display. So your cursor will jump to the where the function display is defined. So you will come to the function
Sir.
definition. What is the type of display function? It is a void.
Hello,
So
sir.
type remain the same, void display.
Sir,
And
someone is calling you.
yeah,
सर कोई बुला रहा है सर.
Hello, sir. I'm Vinaya
तीन चार
Patil.
बार बोला.
Sorry for interrupting you. एक्चुअली वो
क्या
वैष्णवी
बता रहे हैं
यादव है,
आप?
वो ज्वाइन नहीं हो पा रही है.
हेलो,
हेलो सर, वो
हेलो,
जो वैष्णवी यादव है वो ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रही है सर.
एम आई ऑडिबल?
सर
यस सर.
वैष्णवी यादव ज्वाइन नहीं हो पा रही सर.
क्या नहीं हो रही?
एक
ज्वाइन
लेडी
नहीं
है
हो
हमारे
पा
अभी
रही.
स्टूडेंट
वैष्णवी
है
यादव.
जो ज्वाइन नहीं हो रही है।
हाँ तो लेट आएंगे तो ना, कहाँ से हो गए ज्वाइन?
अरे नहीं हूँ सर, वो कब से ट्राई कर रही है पर आप अलाउ नहीं कर रहे.
तो मैं कहाँ से अलाउ करूँगा उसको? मैं पढ़ाऊँगा कि अलाउ करने बैठूंगा? और ये सबके आईडी आपने जो भेजे वो सही है कि गलत है? क्योंकि जिन जिन को इनविटेशन मैंने भेजा है उनको मुझे एडमिट करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है। ठीक है, क्योंकि मैं अपनी स्क्रीन में चला जाता हूँ तो आई कैन नॉट हेल्प यू टू एडमिट. तो void display, void. So this is the function. In function declaration, you have terminated by the semicolon, but you have to remember while using the function definition, there is no semicolon. The type of the function which you have declared, it is the same. Name of the function should be the same. Type of the argument, it should be the same. You can use the different variable, that is a different story. So here you wish to type a message, display the message, welcome to Department of Statistics. Okay, this program is over because here there is no need of a return statement. Why? Because the type of the function is void. If it is of integer or float or character, then you have to use the return statement. But here we do not require. So just my function body is over. And this is the program for demonstration of function declaration, function calling, and function definition. So this part is nothing but function declaration. This is called calling of function, and this is said to be a definition of a function. This is called function definition. Okay, so there are three parts while use any function, but you can see that where the function I have defined after the end of main function. Many of the students who are writing the program, they must have seen from the somewhere, so they are just defining the above the main. Always define after the calling. Okay, again earlier practice is not also wrong. One can, whenever whatever you use, you can just declare the function. So let me try to demonstrate this program. Demonstration of use of function function definition, function calling, and function declaration. We will add the necessary header file, include iostream.h, include onio.h, void main. Okay, but I will save this file. It is a demonstration of function clr scr. Then I have to declare the function. So I don't want to return back anything. I have to simply display the message. So no, when there is no return is required, the type is void. Function name is a display, and I don't want to give any arguments, so type is a void. And because this is a declaration, so it should be terminated by semicolon. Then I am simply calling the function display. This is called function calling, and my main program is over, because once I have called, there is no need for writing other things. Now I am defining my function. So make sure that whatever the type you have given to the function declaration, the same type in a function definition. Name of the function should be the same. There should not be any change. And the type arguments type should be the same which you have declared. And if there are no arguments, you can give the type void, but there should not be a semicolon in a function definition. Now, welcome to Department of Statistics. Handle out. Hopefully, your exam will on January or February. Okay, so if you wish to display any message, this is the save. Now I have closed the function definition. Alt F9 to compile. So there are 5 errors. Display, you can see that I have used the function name as a display, but by mistake I have written the display. I have to correct it. See, rectifying the errors in this way. Alt F9. Now check is there any errors. 4 errors. Again the same problem. I have declared another functions. Okay, this is correct, no? Declaration syntax error. Anything missing? Right. Void display void, it's okay. Oh, यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट क्लोज करना है, खोल दिया है.
सर ब्रैकेट क्लोज करना रह गया है.
ये रहेंगे
क्लोज करना रहेगा.
Yes, you're right. दिया. No, there are no errors. Okay, now I will run it. So you can see the message. See, I have simply called the function. Immediately after the calling, where your cursor will transfer, where the function is defined. And within the function, I have written, welcome to Department of Statistics. Hopefully your exams will on January and February. That is displayed, and again, after execution of that function block, your cursor will transfer from function block to the calling portion of the program. And after calling portion, immediately I have given the date here. ये किसका माइक शुरू हो गया? Okay, so in that way it is working. When you call the function, it will directly, once you call the function, what happens, your cursor will transfer from here to here, and it will execute the things. And if anything is written to it, it will return here, and then it will execute the next statement follow to the function calling, and then it will end the main program. So this is the simple use of a demonstration of a use of a function definition, function calling, and function declaration. Here nothing is supplied. You can see that we have not given any argument value to the function call. So nothing is supplied from function block, sorry, from function calling to function block. तो यहाँ पे हम कुछ वैल्यू सप्लाई नहीं कर रहे, सिर्फ कॉल कर रहा है और यहाँ पे आपका कर्सर ट्रांसफर हो रहा है. एंड नथिंग इज रिटर्न बैक फ्रॉम फंक्शन डेफिनेशन टू फंक्शन कॉल. तो ये कम्युनिकेशन क्या हुआ? नो कम्युनिकेशन. नथिंग इज सप्लाइड to the function definition and nothing is returned back from the function definition to function calling. So this is said to be a no communication, and it is a kind of a type 1 function. There are three types of a function: type 1, type 2, and type 3. Based on the information is transformation from the calling portion to the function block and function block to the main function. If you supply the argument, then some value is supplied from calling portion of the program to the function block, but nothing is supplied back to call portion of the function, then it is said to be one-way communication. You have supplied the data, but you have not written back anything. So that is called the type 2 function. And when you supplied something and calling function or the function block will return back something, then it is a type 2 communication, sorry, two-way communication, and it is an example of a function type 3. So when you are using the either type 2 or type 3, okay, so in a type 3, the type should not be void of a display function. Okay, so we will see one more example so that you can have a more idea. Any questions up to this? Anyone?
सर ये डिस्प्ले के बाद पैरेंथेसिस में वॉइड क्यों लिखा है सर? वो मैं थोड़ा भूल गया.
Argument.
ये वाला यहाँ की यहाँ पे
यस सर.
ये डिस्प्ले के बाहर
अच्छा,
parenthesis में whenever you don't want to supply any argument, then argument is nothing. That means you are supplying empty information. Or whenever it is empty, it means type is void. ओके, तो जब भी आप कुछ भी सप्लाई नहीं कर रहे, एम्प्टी है, तब आपको टाइप क्या देना है? वॉइड देना है. दैट्स ऑल. Okay. Now we will see the uses of the return statement. The general syntax of the return statement is return, semicolon. Sometimes people can give return, it may be expression, it can be any valid expression. You can supply some numbers to the return, and whenever nothing is with you to return, and still if there is a need of supplying the return, then you supply the return 0. So what is the role of the return statement? As I said, the general syntax of the return statement is return or return expression. It can be any valid expressions that you can give. And the role of the return statement is that it is returning the value to its caller. जहां से आपको कॉल किया है, ठीक है, वहां से वो वैल्यू को क्या करेगा, रिटर्न करेगा. So the keyword return is used to terminate function and return a value to its caller. So there are two roles. One is terminate. जैसे ब्रेक टर्मिनेट करता है, वैसे भी ये क्या करेगा, टर्मिनेट फंक्शन. एंड सेकेंड, it will return value to its caller. ठीक है. So let us understand one program with the return statement. Suppose if I wish to write a program of finding the maximum of two numbers. Maximum of any two numbers using function. Okay. So of course, what you need to load the necessary header file, include iostream.h. Second, include onio.h. Okay. Then void main. Now you wish to supply the information to the users. Before that, you wish to use the clear screen function. Then second, you wish to declare the function. What is the name of function? And the argument is any numbers. Any numbers, that means argument may be float, may be integer. So result of maximum is also a float. So I will declare the function whose type is float and name of the function is max. And the argument which I am supplying, it is a float x, float y. You can simply also write float comma float. There is no need to write x and y also. If you write x and y, there is no problem. Okay, I will write here. Then declare the value, declare the variable x and y as a float. And you wish to store the output in a result. Okay. So I have declared the another variable result. Now I would like to give the instruction to the users, enter any two values. And user will supply the information P in X and Y. What is next task? After supplying the information, What you wish to do?
See out.
I will call the function first. रिजल्ट में स्टोर करूंगा फंक्शन क्या है मैक्स और आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या है एक्स एंड वाई. तो यहाँ पे आपको आर्ग्यूमेंट देना है एंड दिस एक्स एंड वाई. सॉरी ये कैपिटल हमने लिया है तो ये कैपिटल लिया आएगा एक्स एंड वाई. एंड हियर एक्स एंड वाई आर एक्चुअल आर्ग्यूमेंट. एक्चुअल मीन्स आप उसकी एक्चुअल वैल्यू सप्लाई कर रहे हैं. ओके यहाँ पे टाइप नहीं देना है. यू हैव टू सिंपली कॉल द फंक्शन. यू कॉल द फंक्शन max and you have to supply the necessary argument. Because why I have given the arguments to, because here you can see that I have given the float x and float y. That means two arguments I have given. So that means I have to supply the argument. I cannot write void over there. Okay. So after this, see out maximum इक्वल टू किसमें स्टोर किया है मैक्सिमम वैल्यू रिजल्ट में एंटर. तो दिस इज माय main function is over. I have not calculated maximum over here. Now I have to calculate here. What is the type of function? I have to define it again. Plot function name is max. Here you can give either float x and y or you can give the float a, float b. I can use here different variable name. That is allowed because they are said to be dummy arguments. They are called the formal arguments. And once it is declared here float ab, there is no need to declare in the function block. So here I am saying that float value because I wish to store the result into the value. I can here use also the variable result because whatever the variable name I have used in the main function, it has no connection with the variable name in the function block because both are local to itself. So these are the local to the function block and these are the local to the main function. So you can use the same variable, but I advise use the different. So now you have to directly make the comparison. If a is greater than b, what a takes value here? The value of x is supplied to the a and value of y will be supplied to the b. Then value equal to a. और इसका मैं ये वाला पार्ट यहाँ कंटिन्यू लिखता हूँ. Else value equal to b. ओके ये रन होने के बाद मैं लास्ट स्टेटमेंट ये लिखता हूँ रिटर्न. मेरा जो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू है वो कहाँ पे स्टोर हुआ है? इट इज स्टोर्ड इनटू द वेरिएबल वैल्यू. तो आई एम रिटर्निंग द वैल्यू ऑफ वेरिएबल टू द फंक्शन ब्लॉक. So once I will return this value, what happened? Why there is need of a return statement? Because you can see the type is I have given as float. So whenever you give the integer, character or float, that means it is saying that you wish to return back something to the function calling. तो इसलिए आपको रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट की जरूरत है. तो अगर आपने टाइप void लिखा होता, सपोज आपने यहाँ लिखा void max, तो आपको रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट की जरूरत नहीं थी. आप फंक्शन ब्लॉक के अंदर ही आप सी आउट दे देते मैक्सिमम वैल्यू तो सीधा आ जाएगा. ओके तो दिस इज ए टाइप 3 function. So you can see that I had called the function. So function calling, I have supplied the argument x and y to the function block. So x will be given to a, y will be given to b, and then I have used the return statement. The value, whatever the output is stored in the value, that will assign back to the calling portion of the program. So value will be assigned to the result and result will be displayed. So what is the result? So result is nothing but the output of a maximum of a two number. So what is the output of maximum number? If A is greater than B, output is taking A, otherwise it is taking B. So any questions up to this, anyone? Any questions, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. So now let us write another program. New. So it is a write a program to find maximum of two numbers using function. I will load the necessary header file. Now I will declare the function. So function is a maximum function, max function, whose type is a float. I will supply the two argument x and y because it is any numbers, so they are of in floating type. This is called function declaration. After declaration, what we do, I will give you the information to users. Please enter any two values. The user will supply the x and y. But I have used it, I have not declared. So after function declaration, I have to declare the value variable a and b, x and y, and both are float in nature, and I will store that output into the result. The result is also a float. Then I will directly call the function max, applying two arguments x and y, and store their outputs into the variable result. So this is called function calling. After function calling, now the output is stored into the result. So max equal to result, and then get ch. So main is over. We'll save the file. Okay. Now I will find the function. Function is max float a comma float b. No semicolon is required. Function definition. Float value. If a is greater than b, value equal to a, else value equal to b, and then after closing this, we have a return, because I wish to return the value. So return the output. Where the output is stored, it is stored into the value, and the function is over. Now I will run it, compile, Alt F9. So there are no errors. Now suggest me any two value.
5,
5,
7.
7. You can see the output is max equal to 7. Is that clear? So this is a simple way of use of a function. It has a three component: function declaration, function calling, and function definition. Function declaration is always in the main, but it is not necessary. आप फंक्शन के अंदर भी दूसरा फंक्शन डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं. तो दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ए मल्टी फंक्शन. ओके, तो जिस फंक्शन को आप डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मेन के अंदर, जिसको आप, तो उसको आपको मेन में डिक्लेयर करना है. ओके, तो इन ए सिंपल फंक्शन कॉन्सेप्ट, द फंक्शन डिक्लेरेशन एंड फंक्शन कॉलिंग should be in the main, and then function definition is the outside of the main. बट ऐसा भी पॉसिबल है कि फंक्शन डेफिनेशन के अंदर आप दूसरा फंक्शन, जैसे मीन एंड वेरिएंस का प्रोग्राम लिख रहा है, तो यू विश टू कॉल द मीन एंड वेरिएंस बोथ द फंक्शन. ओके, तो पहले आपको मीन का एक फंक्शन बनाना पड़ेगा और विद इन द वेरिएंस यू हैव टू कॉल द मीन. तो वेरिएंस का दूसरा फंक्शन है. So that is the concept of a multi-function, but that we will see in the next lecture. Okay. Any questions up to this? Anyone? If no questions, then I will take your attendance.